Hey, it's Rebecca. The messier, the better. So they say. Actually, maybe I only say that because a lot of you will say, like, no, messier is not better. Are you freaking kidding me? So here's the deal. Today we're going to talk about codependency and why technically it's just easier to do as other people want you to do, and why it is easier, but not necessarily better. So here's the 3 reasons why people tend to just do as other people tell them to. Number one, I'm not creating relational conflict. I'm not creating tension. You're going to like me. We're good. It's all good. It's awesome. You're never going to leave me. Wait a second. How did I jump from like to leave? Well, if you like me, you won't walk away from me. And if I make things perfect for you, you're always going to be one to be with me. That is systematically what most codependents are trying to avoid, is being left. There's a core piece of abandonment that's part of it, that we all fear that we're going to be alone. Okay, number one. Number two, if you like me and I do things for you, we actually are not going to fight. There's going to be no tension. There's going to be no conflict. That's awesome, especially when I want you to like me. So if I want you to like me and there's no conflict, this is amazing, because most codependents don't like fighting. Most codependents don't like the tension in a relationship and just want to make it go away at any cost. Isn't that better? Can't we all just get along? I mean, that's what we want to believe. Is that the reality? Probably not. And number three, not only is it so you like me, not only is it so there's peace between you and me, but number three, it's ultimately so I feel safe enough to stay. So this is the boomerang that happens in codependent relationships. When I make you feel good and you like me and you don't get mad at me and you stay with me, then ultimately I feel safe. So while it looks very, very selfless, the reality is that it comes back to you and it actually feeds us. So it's a way to get our needs met through another person coming back. The reality is, though, we're not getting our needs met. So let me go back to the first video where we talked about a host and a parasite. I am willing to host you. I am willing to do whatever you need me to do for you. Because again, you like me, you won't fight me, and you won't leave me, and I'm safe. But this takes a twist. This takes a twist, especially when we're looking at this type of relationship that can very well turn into being all about the other and starving the host. This is typically not a reciprocating relationship. You do not have two people who are codependent back and forth. It tends to be one that's codependent and one who's incredibly independent. One who actually doesn't need the other person, will take the other person, but doesn't necessarily need the other person, and is running their own show. And this is where the person on the codependent side ends up becoming more of a tool for somebody else's function. This is where we end up problematic and drained and exhausted and absolutely the end of our rope. When I came to the end of my rope, I remember feeling like I could absolutely die. I wasn't suicidal. That is not what I'm talking about whatsoever. But it's the point of I can't get out of bed. I have no more anything to give to anyone, most of all to myself. But I wasn't even on the list. I wasn't even on the to-do list. And so sometimes I want to go back in time and I want to shake that Rebecca and say, like, just get up, just go, leave. Choose yourself over the other person, because that's what you deserve. And yet, in the midst of it, it's really hard to choose you, especially when you have this codependency pattern in your life that says, I need you in order to feel good about myself. I need you in order for me to have purpose. I need you in order for me to be able to look in the mirror and say, I got this. The reality is that we don't need that other person and we can still say all those things to ourselves. So this is about switching up the patterns that's in your life that's not serving you. And that's not selfish. That's 100% empowering. I was going to say, what's the opposite of selfish? So, I don't know. But This is what I hope for you. And as I sit here on this side of the screen thinking about what I wish I would have heard, this is what I wish I would have heard. You deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve to be in a relationship with yourself that's about yourself. Then you can be wholeheartedly in a relationship with somebody else who actually loves you for all that you are, all that you have to bring to the table, all the unique traits about you. And then when you end up in conflict with somebody that you're actually in a healthy relationship, it's not conflictual. It's different. It might elicit those feelings of tension, but it's not bad. It's actually the two of you just working towards a better understanding of one another. And so this is the healing part of codependency. And I'm just so thankful that you're here and that you're seeking this out because obviously there's something that's resonating within you. So I would love to know from you below how you feel like your codependency serves you, what you get from the codependency, and what you're really struggling with in order to let it go. This is going to be huge for you if you really press into why do you do the things that you do. If you press into it, that is where the answer is. It's not in the other person. It's actually not even in the relationship. It's within yourself. Press there. Don't be afraid. You've got this. You've got you. And everything else will fall into place. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So excited to be here again. I hope you feel that. I sit here and I wonder what the privilege is that I have to do this. And really, it's just continuing my own story and continuing my story in front of others that I hope will offer you hope and healing and a potential that there is more out there for you. I hope you are well. I hope you choose you today and come back for more. Talk soon.